I'm Lulu from Plants by Lulu and welcome on my channel. Today I'm going to show you plants that I have fallen out of love with. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and let's go! So I have around 150 plants, which take space. And I don't know if you have noticed, but in my last few videos, there was a blank space over there. And that was because I have removed this plant. And this is Burochrysine recuvata, also known as elephant's foot or ponytail palm. And when I bought this one, I really liked the hanging tails, but as of late he got too high and he takes too much sun away from the other plants which are standing in the back. And so I removed him from that space to see how much light he took up, because the plants behind him didn't grow at all. So when I saw how much it was, I knew I couldn't put this one in that place. And then I looked at this plant and I was like, nah. I will show you some footage of the top, but when you are standing you see the top, and I really don't like the top. When you look at this angle, I still like it kinda. When you look at the bottom, I really like it because it has curled leaves. But when you look at the top, which is what we often do because we walk by and you only kind of see the top, it just looks so bare and it looks like awkward and wonky. Not something I really like in my space. So with those two reasons, the fact that he takes up too much light away from the other plants, and the fact that I don't really like the look from above anymore, this is a plant I just fell out of love with, and I need another plant in that space, one that is a little bit lower, maybe a crawler, so he is not growing upwards, but maybe sideways or down. So I think I will put him up for sale or just give him away to friends. And yeah, that's the sad story of this one. So the next one is maybe a surprise, because this one was for a long time one of my favorites because of his forestry looks. And it's this one. He is quite big and he is hanging quite a bit, as you can see. Don't get me wrong, I still do love the look of it because it still gives me a forestry look. I'm having him on a bookcase, and so I, really like kind of the look of it. It is a Asparagus setacus. And it is not really a fern, but it looks like a fern. But the thing with this one is he is not very forgiving. So if you miss a watering, he will brown. I don't know if you can see it, but he will get brown bits into his leaves and brown tips, and slowly the bits become larger and larger until a whole leaf is just almost gone. And that's just for getting him one time. So for me this is not really sustainable. I hope you can see it in this leaf. This is the third plant I have of it, and for now I will put him back in his spot. However, I don't think I will replace him with the same plant if this one dies. And I think maybe this one is on his way of dying because I forgot him like 3 weeks ago and he is still not really recovered, and I already chopped a bit of the dead bits off. However, those dead bits are growing. I really like the look, however the hustle of caring for this one, and the unforgivingness when you forget him once. For me, he is high maintenance, and so he gives a lot of stress, and I don't think that's worth the beauty of this plant. So that's this one. Another one in the same family is this one. This one is also a big hanging plant, and This one is Asparagus densiflorus sepregeri, also known as the foxtail fern. And the individual stems, I don't know if you can see it like this, I really love that. And when I bought this one, he only had a few stems, so I really like that. However, he is getting quite big, and all of a sudden he is kind of too big for his space. He is now growing into another plant, and I don't want my plants to touch each other because of pests. So for now he's just growing into another plant, touching all the leaves, and the love of this plant has gone a little bit down because, again, I just like the individual stems, and when he has gotten bigger, you don't really see the individual kind of leaf pompons. I call them pompons, I guess. You don't see the individual leaf pompons anymore. And that's what I find beautiful, that it looks kind of like a mix between snow and a den from outside. Between the last one and this one, I'm not sure which one I would choose because I think I'm going to get rid of one. However, I'm not yet sure which one because my love for both of the plants has gone down, but they have both other reasons. For this one, the only reason is that he's getting too big and I don't really like the look of the plant anymore when he is so bushy. The reason for the other plant is because of the high maintenance for me, that I don't find it worth it. I have 2 plants left on this list, and one is this one. This is my Sigonium rai, or rai. And when I bought this one, he had this size of leaves and he grew lush. This is, I think, the 4th cutting I took from this plant, and over the years the leaves have gone smaller and smaller and smaller, and stems have gone thinner and thinner and thinner, and this is like the 4th time he gets kind of big up and nothing down, and that's I know that's the growth pattern of Syngoniums. However, I miss these kind of leaves. He just produces these leaves and this is so small, and so, you know, I think I'm going to chop this one up because I really want to give him another chance. But yeah, I'm not so sure about this one. I will chop him up for the 5th time, and if that doesn't work, I maybe give him to someone else who will be happier with this one. Because also, I don't know why, but this is one, I don't know if you can see it, but it is one stem, and then he divided it himself in 2 stems, and then one stem has just grown, and the other one has again divided in 3 stems. So it's a lot of new stems and new growth, but I don't think the plant is very happy with that because his original stem is very thin and it's just one stem. So I think I'm going to make 3 or 4 separate cuttings and then see what they will do and then put them all up in one pot. So I hope he will get lusher, bigger, and happier overall. Okay, the last one on my list may surprise you, and that is this one. This is my Dracaena circulosa Mike White, that's his name. And I don't know why, but you know, I love variegated plants. And for example, this stem with the leaves is exactly what I hoped it would be, what I want him to be. However, when seeing this strand or this strand, I think he looks kind of sick because of its variegation, and I don't know what to do about it. There are parts in this plant that I really like, but the majority of these leaves have variegation that is so speckled that I think he looks a little bit sick, and I don't want to cut those stems off because then I am hindering his growth, or I may risk the chance that I cut too much off and he will die. I also want to honor the plant itself, to just let him grow. However, I just don't like it anymore. For example, I have here a small example. This variegation I love. This variegation I don't. The bottom line is that I'm not sure what to do with this one. He's standing near a window where I don't see him that much. I only see a few of these lower sprigs, but I have something hanging from above in front of my view, so I don't see the whole plant. So in that aspect, it's fine. However, it is a plant that I have fallen out of love with, and I'm not sure what to do about it. So yeah. Those were all the plants I am sure I have fallen out of love with. There are some other plants that I'm on the fence about. So if you want me to make a video about those, let me know in the comments down below. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe and the like button. And I will see you in the next video. Doei!